Monster Farm Online Monster Dex. Antero. A monster that often moves around in rocky, mountainous areas using its powerful limbs. Although it is very attached to its breeder with whom it has formed a bond, it is very cautious and may act shy around other humans and monsters. It grows at a normal rate. Iecho. A friend of Poncho who likes cold, snowy places. Perhaps due to the influence of the moonstone, their snow rabbit homes never melt, even in summer. They are both mischievous, but this one is a little more active. Perhaps because it is a bit carefree, it has a hard time being patient. Shignil. A ferocious monster that eats anything it thinks is food. It uses its extendable arms to capture food and bite it into pieces. When it's full, it usually falls asleep. On top of that, it has a violent personality, and although it's easy to understand, it is difficult to handle. It continues to grow as time goes on. Kueruno. A monster with rough, thick skin that lives in dry regions, since it does not have fur. It is weak to the cold, but it is strong. Contrary to its appearance, it has a delicate personality and can overreact to small things. Arunero. They are a type of Antero that live in areas with a lot of snow. They live in groups in the summer and travel as families in the winter in search of food. They are very accustomed to people, which is why they are often raised as livestock. Shigue. A bird that lives on rocky mountains with many cliffs. It is too heavy to fly on its own, so it glides through the air using the strong winds that blow around the cliffs. When there is no wind, it walks on its legs. It is very ferocious and will attack if you get too close. It is not very smart and sometimes eats too much food. It then becomes unable to move. It has 2 growth peaks. Dynasty. A representative of the fairy race. Said to have appeared on Earth at the same time as the fragment of the moon. They usually live in groups in high mountains, out of the sight of humans. They have a very friendly and gentle personality, and can even be protective towards young breeders. They are very precocious. Poncho. A monster that lives in green, relatively warm places. It usually hides inside of pumpkins, emerging only to live off of vegetables. It has a mischievous personality and enjoys scaring people. It is very curious but can also be quite timid. It is an early maturing type. Kikimo. They dig holes in the cliffs of mountainous areas to make their nests, where they store food and live. They love to bathe, so they rarely spend time in places without water. They are very wary, but there are many stories of them getting used to people after being fed. They grow the most when they are born. Raiga. A relatively wild-tempered monster. It is proud and almost impossible to tame, but once they have accepted you as a friend, they will never betray you. They do not form packs, but instead wanders alone. Their growth is rapid at first, then slows down. Mamu. A monster with thick fur, developed horns and fangs that live in extremely cold regions. It has a very gentle and kind personality. It forms groups and has a tendency to help each other regardless of species. Perhaps because of this, it often builds good relations with its breeders. Its growth does not peak, but continues to grow continuously. Korunu. They use their thick arms to move across rocky areas, catching a variety of food. They do not stay in one place for long but tends to move around the same area. They are usually gentle but can become violent if they feel threatened. Their growth spurts after they grow to a certain extent.